I saw the new roadmap for Thames World 6, and much like the April roadmap, it's pretty dry where new DLC announcements are concerned, but there was one thing that caught my eye. That one thing is the upcoming Thames Valley branch's route add-on from Incredible Trains, the same bloke behind the North London Line add-on of March 2025. To be honest, and on first impression, I have very mixed thoughts on the Thames Valley add-on. In saying that, I must stress that I mean no disrespect to Mr. Johannes. Apologies if I've mispronounced his name. If anything, I actually respect the man for what he's achieved as a solo developer. I'm pretty sure that the Thames Valley add-on will be a first for TSW, in the sense that we've never had a disconnected route before. The add-on will include the 3 separate branches from Twyford to Henley-on-Thames, or as I call it, Don Henley-on-Thames, Maidenhead to Marlow, and Slough to Windsor and Eton Central, with the option to fast travel between branches in-game. From what I gather, the original Great Western Express route was built in a way that made route extensions impossible. Speaking of GWE, the section between Twyford and Slough will not be included in the Thames Valley branch's add-on, so do with that information what you will. To be honest, I was initially very disappointed upon realising that the Greenford branch is not included, seeing as that was the only Thames Valley branch on which I travelled in real life. But now I'm a bit more understanding of Greenford's absence from the in-game route, given that the branch's service hadn't yet become a self-contained shuttle in Mr. Johannes' chosen time period of early 2017. Back then, trains still continued past West Ealing and all the way to London Paddington, and I've been reliably informed that including the section through to Paddington in the Thames Valley add-on would have increased the scope of the project, not to mention the price, whatever that'll turn out to be. All 3 branches that are included in the upcoming Thames Valley add-on are self-contained shuttles, and now that I think about it, the Marlow branch looks to be the most interesting of the 3 from an operational perspective, since it will involve a reversal and a token exchange at Bourne End. I would highly recommend watching Jeff Marshall's video on the Marlow branch if you're curious to learn more about its operations. On a personal note, I also paid a short visit to Windsor and Eton Central on the 7th of May 2025, the very last day of my UK trip. I couldn't miss the unusual static replica of a Great Western Railway Dean Single steam locomotive, and I also spotted a Class 165 on the shuttle service from Slough. Incidentally, this 165 was my very last catch on UK soil before we returned to Heathrow and began the long trek back to New Zealand. Speaking of the Class 165, that will be included in the Thames Valley add-on, but it looks like only the 2-car variant will be included. I'm not sure if it will have any accurate detail differences from the 166, which was used as the base for a 165 representation in the Great Western Express remaster. In the initial screenshots that were shared as part of the roadmap article, I noticed that the 165 unit numbers on the cab front were too big compared to how they are in real life, so hopefully that can be fixed prior to release. Incidentally, and as a brief aside, those visits to the Greenford branch and Windsor and Eton Central station weren't the only times when I saw Class 165s throughout the trip. I also happened upon some GWR 3-car sets while I was trackside in Haresfield, Gloucestershire, and I also saw the Chiltern 165s passing West Hampstead, as well as when I went to Sudbury and Harrow Road, London Marylebone, Wembley Stadium and West Ruislip. I wouldn't mind seeing a Chiltern route in TSW someday. Perhaps something like London Marylebone to Aylesbury, plus the branch down to Prince's Risborough. As much as I wanted to see the Thames Valley branches come to Train Sim World, I'm not sure what to make of this upcoming add-on. to the point where I'm neither in favour of nor against it, if that makes any sense. One wonders what the general TSW community will make of this concept of multiple disconnected lines in a single add-on, or, in other words, I wonder how much the Thames Valley add-on will appeal to potential customers, given the limited service variety. In any case, I'm concerned about the possibility of DTG, or other devs, intentionally omitting branch lines on future route add-ons just to sell the branches separately later on. I really hope they don't do that sort of thing, especially if they ever make Worcester to Birmingham Snow Hill and Stourbridge Town, since Dovetail have already tried to wring out our wallets enough times as it is, and look at how well that's gone down with a significant portion of the community. As for anything else I have to say about what I saw on the May road map, Portuguese route, when? Anyway, if you've stuck around to the end of the video, you win an old song recorded by The Byrds, spelt with a Y instead of an I, in 1965, now rewritten to be about trains out of London Marylebone. It's Chill Turn Turn Turn.